Good morning. I am glad to welcome all board members to the second meeting of ITS Information Technology Solutions Sendirian Berhad. Thank you for being present in this meeting. If we are all here, let's get started. First, I'd like you to please join me in welcoming Najwa, our Technical Product Manager.
Thank you for having me today. I'm looking forward for today's meeting.
No problem, Najwa. Okay, so are there any apologies for absence from today's meeting, Shafawati?
Yes, Miss Faisha, Juliana is on medical leave being admitted to the hospital yesterday because of a contraction, while Harris is on a business trip for the joint venture meeting with the company in Japan.
Thank you, Shafawati. Now, let's get started. We are here today to discuss ways of supporting B40 university students in their learning. First, let's go over the minutes from the last meeting, which was held last month. Shafawati, over to you.
Thank you, Miss Faisha. Please read through the minutes of the last meeting, which were emailed. Are there any amendments?
Excuse me for interrupting. May I have a word? I think there are miscalculation in the allocated budget for an upcoming project. It should be 735 million, not 220 million ringgit to support and make the project a success.
Ms. Shafawati, could you take note of that? Thank you, Miss Aisha, for highlighting that error. Okay, what about the rest of the minutes?
They look fine.
May I come here? I feel there is an error in the spelling of Dr. Alia's name, our product management vice president.
Thank you, Miss Najwa. I will take the necessary action.
Are there any other amendments?
No.
Thank you. Can someone propose the minute be passed as through records?
Okay, I propose the minute be accepted.
I second the motion.
Okay, now let's move on to the next item. Any matters arising? Anyone?
Yes, Miss Farisha. The issue of the production capacities of the factory at Kuala Pilah and the packaging premises on Jalan Perdana.
Ms. Najwa, can you brief us on that?
Yes, Ms. Farisha. Well, as we all know, our company deals with high quality production, which requires extra care in handling and transporting manufacturing our product of digital devices in our one place and transferring it to a different location to be packed has cost us extra time, money, and human resource. Therefore, I suggest we rent an empty public hall next to our Kuala Pilah factory to be used as a packaging center. I have done a little survey on it and found out that the government is leasing out the hall to a new owner.
That is a brilliant idea. I propose that we have a special meeting on this agenda soon.
Second the motion.
Right. It is agreed that we defer the decision to rent the public hall to the next meeting. So if there is nothing else, let's move on to the next item on the agenda. Have you all received an email about today's agenda? If you don't mind, I had to move on to item 3, discussion and decision on ways of supporting B40 university students in their learning. Ms. Najwa, would you like to start?
Thank you, Ms. Farisha. In my opinion, our company can provide P40 students greater access to online learning with free SIM card. We estimate around 2,000 Unifi mobile SIM cards worth RM 50,000 will be distributed to eligible students from B40 university students through institution and in support of the company initiatives.
Excuse me, Miss Najwa, but I'm sorry I don't quite follow you. Could you go over that again, please?
Perhaps I should make that clearer by saying that we could provide the Unifi Mobile 15 gigabyte LTE SIM cards, which come with 1 year free internet access worth RM 250, which will be distributed to a total of 2,000 students, bringing the total contribution value to 500,000. These eligible students will be selected by their respective institutions with priorities given to B40 students who will sit for main examination in 2022.
You have a very good point there. So, if I understand correctly, besides being one of the benefactors of this project, we are also facilitating their home-based teaching and learning during this movement control order period.
That sounds like a very good idea. I hope our humble effort will fulfill the students' need for the internet connectivity during these challenging times so they can fully participate in the online learning process.
Excuse me for interrupting, Mrs. Chairman. Uh, I have another suggestion. Why don't we decide on having the Hanti Siswa initiative empowering before the IPT student, which an estimate 400,000 students are expected to benefit from the initiative. So a total of 450 million ringgit will be allocated in the budget under Peranti Siswa Keluarga Malaysia to provide higher education students from the B40 group with a tablet.
I see what you mean, but don't you think that we should consider the budget for the project as the amount of money allocated cannot be accommodated in the success of the project as the budget is insufficient? It can cause losses for our company.
Take it easy, Mrs. Najwa. The package will be an initiative by our company in collaboration with an 65 million ringgit from telco company selected communication companies to supply a tablet device to every B40 student in institutes of higher learning. Thus, it is still within the budget.
I completely agree with Ms. Aisha. You know, the students from B14 households have faced difficulty with online learning, and many cannot afford laptops or tablets to participate in online classes or lectures. So, to ensure the continuity of the B40 student learning session, we can offer a tablet to every student in any higher learning institution who falls in the B14 group. The initiative is to ensure they will not be left behind in their studies due to a lack of electronic devices.
You have a point there, Ms. Chapawati. Are there any more suggestions?
I would like to make another suggestion. How about we come up with a new product named Ducky Pie, which the idea came from an open source community, an avenue of knowledge sharing for the online community. This is because some students are frustrated with second-hand computers, and we felt the need to help university students who struggle to attend online classes due to a lack of gadgets.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but what is a Ducky Pie?
Oh, it's okay, Miss Nawa. The DuckyPie is a browser-based computer developed by the Mechanical Engineering (IT) and Computer Science faculties team. Each unit of DuckyPie comes with a monitor, headset, webcam, microphones, and keyboards, and is equipped with applications such as Zoom and Google Suite to help students attend classes smoothly. The computer is powered by Raspberry Pi, a single board computer the size of a credit card.
Can you explain more about Liquify? It sounds interesting to me.
Pleasure. My team decided to try and produce a low-cost learning device that met the minimum requirement for its users to attend online classes. So we took up the challenge with the digital device management team, and we managed to produce this device at 500 a unit. 158 DuckyPie devices have been produced with 7,000 in funds raised by our company for the project, and we will distribute DuckyPie to B40 university students to get feedback from them.
That is a good suggestion. I hope that I can get more updates about this project in the next meeting. Okay, any other suggestion?
Excuse me, I think I may have been a simple suggestion.
Go on, Miss Aisha.
Thank you. How about we help the B40 student through the provision of food baskets? we can provide care basket worth 250 ringgit, each containing essential needs comprising dry food and personal protective needs such as face masks and disinfectant liquids.
I like your idea, Miss Aisha. Food is essential for students as learning is tiring. They also might not have enough money to eat, so we should help them in this regard.
I second the motion. This idea is great.
So we all agree on this idea. Any last suggestion?
I would like to add one more point. Why don't we create more free lessons for B40 university students to help them catch up with their lessons through self-directed learning?
I don't see what you mean. Could you give some details, please?
Perhaps I should say that we create a university lesson online platform with 1,000 course lessons that will be added into it. These lessons cover the entire university's core subjects. In addition, it provides these students with access to high quality learning materials as the pandemic continues to cause disruption to the education system across Malaysia.
I completely agree with you. Unfortunately, we are running short of time. We will have that another time.
Before we close, let me summarize the few main points. First, provide B40 students greater access to online learning with a free SIM card. Second, having the Parentis Siswa initiative empowering B40 IPT students. Third, come up with a new digital device product named Dakipai. Fourth, provision of food baskets. And lastly, create a university lesson online platform.
Thank you, Ms. Chapawati. Right. It looks as though we have covered the main items. Is there any other business?
Can we fix the next meeting, please?
Good idea, Ms. Chapawati. How does Thursday in 2 weeks time sound to everyone? Let's be at the same time, 2:30 o'clock. I'd like to thank Ms. Najwa for coming to our meeting today. The meeting is closed.